Start. Alright everybody, welcome back. We are at now Glitch Cat Lake and we're gonna get this timer started again. So Glitch Cat I talked about before. Whoop whoop whoop. That was bad. But he is, if you haven't seen him before, a really good player. This is weird. I don't like dealing with this slope right away. See if we just hold right. Nope. Alright, I'm just gonna hold run. Okay, so clearly run isn't the way to do it. Oh, it must be holding down. The other thing you might have noticed is that this ROM hack actually has custom music in it. What am I doing? Okay, I got it. And that's one of the really fun parts about these ROM hacks, is that people can build in custom music. So in Grand Poo World and Grand Poo World 2 especially. Alright, I must have to hold right there. After bouncing. Damn it. So Grand Poo World and Grand Poo World 2 have custom music by a number of different people. And it's really good. I've watched a composer making some of it and heard some of it. Oh, I can't get this jump anymore. And he's just... Composer is like really phenomenal at music, and all the other people I forget. I think DNG has made some music too, but there's all sorts of music all over these hacks that's really pleasant to listen to. The other thing is that the retry system doesn't start the music over every time. You'll see that every time I die, it's just keeps going, and that helps you from hearing ba-da-da, ba-da-da. Whoopsies, I hit exit. Damn it. So, the retry system is very, very cool in that regard. Yes, we're still doing Glitch Cat Lake here. And so, let's see. We have mentioned Barb, we've mentioned Pooh, we've mentioned Glitch Cat. The other guy to really watch, in my opinion, is Dode. Dode is phenomenal, and he, when it comes to playing like ROM hacks, he is the best. I'll say he's the best. He's actually not like a world record holder in everything, but when it comes to being able to do something in SMW, he is the one to do it. And there are other people too. I haven't watched them yet. So Dode is a moderator on SMW Central. So when there's a new Kaizo hack, the process is a little different than Mario Maker. It's kind of expected that the creator is able to beat their own hack, and for the most part, they do. But the real trick is you have to have someone else beat it, one of the mods, and Dode is one of those guys. He's also going through right now, and I haven't caught his stream for a while, but he is playing like every Kaizo hack on SMW Central. Every Kaizo light hack, I should say. He's not going to play like task stuff because it's just impossible. Not just like, oh, it's hard for a person. Oh my god. But more like it's impossible for a human to do because you're doing button presses that just don't exist. Like being able to do left and right at the same time to, trick the game's memory into thinking things. Watching task runs is always really cool, and I suggested just to see like what's really out there. But even with save states, the best players couldn't do it. There's the dolphin. Oh, what am I doing? What am I doing? So it's really cool to watch some of that task stuff happen. I like it. You'll see it at stuff like AGDQ. Oh, I didn't make it over the muncher. Okay. So you'll catch it there. But it's always really fun to watch. And just to watch people play ROM hacks in general, to see like what happens when you give someone who's just a fan. I say just a fan. What happens when you give someone who's a fan and not actually a level designer or anything access to the tools? Like, what do they do? And honestly, some really amazing stuff happens, and people figure out really cool things. Like you can actually, so the midair shell jump is one thing where you literally hop off a shell jump in midair. But I think my favorite is actually duping items. I wonder if I just have to run through that. I hope not. Those first 2 jumps are brutal. There it is. Maybe I have to walk off. That spacing looks like it's too far to walk off the dolphin, though. Oh, this is the first time I overshot the muncher and undershot the platform. Oh. Oh no. Oh no. That brown platform is going to be a doozy, I bet. But just watching people play this stuff is always really fun, and I hope you're enjoying yourself. I went through the trouble of getting my inputs on screen, and you know, that was a task all in itself, but I wanted to do a couple things there. A, show that yes, I am in fact actually playing this. I have to go on that second dolphin on the way down, but also to show you what kind of button presses are going into this. Because a lot of the times it's like, oh, well, you just spin jump off the sea urchin, yay, and then you jump off the dolphin. But like, really, there's more to it than that. You can be doing like re-grabs, and you know, are you holding sprint? Are you not? Wow, I hit that dolphin early. Ooh. Okay, so I gotta hit these dolphins, jump off going down. But like, it really shows you what goes into it. So that's why I like watching players that have the inputs on screen. That being said, not every player I watch has inputs on screen. It's just kind of their personal preference. I have to wait till that dolphin's like all the way down. But this is one that, you know, I really like it. And I had the extra space here in OBS, so I put it in. What I also think is fun is when someone's speedrunning a game and they have their inputs showing, because it's also a way of being like, well, yeah, I actually did this. Almost. So when it is showing, you'll just see them button mashing to like start the next level, which is, I always think, really interesting. Oh man, that's rough. Okay, so I have to catch that dolphin coming up. Nope. The other thing is, you'll see at the very, very bottom of the level, damn it, I did it again. I did it fucking again. So at the bottom of this level, there are little blocks with skulls on them. Those are custom death blocks. And people make all sorts of skins for them, but they all do the same thing. They just kill you. Whoop. Nope. Alright, come on. The other thing that I think is really interesting is like what happens when you do start ROM hacking a game, and you'll see that every time I die, the water disappears. So there it goes. That's something that I don't think ever happened in Super Mario World, and has to do with the ASM built into this. And the ASM is just the language that's used to make custom stuff in ROM hacks like those death blocks. But you also do learn quite a bit playing around with Lunar Magic. If you haven't played around with Lunar Magic before, I strongly suggest it. Even just to like screw around in there, you know, no real purpose, just see what's it got. Because it's really neat. Because they do have all the levels loaded in there. So because you have to run it off of a Super Mario World ROM that is yours to obtain legally, that, you know, you go into Lunar Magic, you open it up, and you actually get to see the ROM like opened up. How is everything set up? And just going in and going, okay, how are these sprites set up? And it's really cool. You can do that with any ROM hack, is just loaded into Lunar Magic. Oh, come back. Yay! I probably screwed up screwed up that jump. But Quickie World is definitely made to keep you moving here. And I'm hoping to get to the midway. Come on. I feel it, like, I can feel the midway. Oh, damn it. I feel like I'm close to the midway, but I don't actually know where it is. Like, it could be way down still. I could have 20 more jumps to do. I don't think they would do that in Quickie World, but they might. Never know. And the things that make ROM hacks like good versus bad is always really interesting. Like, you'll see in Mario Maker people complain about naked pipes. Naked pipes are basically the least of your worries here. When you're just like downloading someone's random ROM hack that hasn't really been played a whole lot, or you know, you never kind of know what you're gonna get. You could get something like this, like Quickie World. You could also get something that's just uncomfortably bad and has midpoints set in weird spots, so that you do a midpoint and then like 3 jumps later you get to the end. That being said, if you're wondering the extent to which people really push the game, there is a relatively new ROM hack out there called Invictus. It's by Jezcook, another great player who will just throw himself at a level. He's still really, really good, but he does a little bit of throwing himself at the level too. He made one, and it's got all sorts of custom stuff in it. You know, thwomps that normally just go up and down, well, now they can go side to side. Or you go into a pipe and it takes you to what would be like a subworld or a whole nother level. Nope, it just moves you along the screen a little bit, and he does a lot of really amazing stuff with it. He really pushes the limits there as far as what you can do. So I think we're going to have to fast forward here to the end, to me at least hitting the midway, and then we'll meet up next time. Hey! And now I'm dead. Alright guys, so that's it for today. Let's see how this goes. Oh. And we will pick this up next time. So thank you for hanging with me, and we will see you after the midpoint.